Why, there it is. I do believe that this is where I spawned into the world ever so long ago. Yes, I do believe that that's where I spawned in. I must have placed these couple of crafting tables and chests so that I would have at least some minor clue. There we are. But this world has been a case so many times of I go to gather my strength. Let's see the first direction that I went. Let me see here. I do believe that when I first made this world ever so long ago, that I had screwed up at first and just headed over here in survival, and then realized shortly after I had started attempting to build and get down in there and find things, that the stronghold wasn't there. And that was in Pre-3. Now, here I am in Pre-4, and that stronghold does now spawn. However, when I officially started the world, and actually knew where I was going and what I was doing, the first direction that I headed was off in this way. And that was because I was headed towards 00. I didn't want to load this area, I didn't want to load that area, but I did want to load some area over there. If only I can find out where it is. Nope, I have gone the wrong way. It's okay, though. Because I'm still inside of explored chunks. Now, to some of you, that may seem like an unusual prerequisite that I'm aiming for myself. You know, why oh why would I be sticking to only explored chunks? Well, the answer to that is there are certain features in this world which will not spawn outside of the correct version. There we are. I do believe that I'm getting there now. Oh, yep, I even see torches. That's a good sign. Means that this is part of the walked path. There we are. Let me see here. No, I have gone too far, but I'm still within the acceptable area. Ah, there we are. There's the torch path. Stick to the path and I'll... Ah, there we are. That is the stronghold. Now, you can tell that it's a beta 1.9 pre-3 stronghold because of the glass pillars that appear. I do believe one of them is supposed to signify the starting area of the stronghold itself, and the other one is supposed to signify the portal room. Now, this one I do believe that I've gotten down in there at least a little bit and explored at least a little bit. Let me try to remember. Ah, yes. Now that I stand here, I can remember. In fact, I need to be standing over there to properly. There we are. Right. In this area here, I gathered my strength. And then, shortly after gathering my strength, I traveled over this way, quite some ways, until I met a small island. And then I headed off towards the frozen north, stopping shy of the continent, although I may have actually visited the continent. The main purpose was a stronghold from which I took the precious end portal frame. Now, shortly after going and gathering that, I had brought it back to here, to this very location, and that was where I made a hard backup of the world, and then proceeded off into pre-4. Now, once I was in pre-4, maybe I should go ahead and consider. Well, I I'll get back to where I was. Right then. While I may have landed out here at some point in time in pre-3, I can't remember rightly. There is a small possibility that I had arrived in this area, but I know that I didn't start building. Ah, and there we have, oh, of course, a crash. Right then, the reason for the cause of that crash is because of the broken chunk over there, which is also the reason that I can't mine those, and if I spend too much time in this generalized area, I'll probably crash again, so I'm going to go ahead and hop up along. Now, that crafting table is actually the first thing that I placed when I came out into this frozen wasteland. Hello. Let's just spin you right round. Make sure that my, yeah, bearings. Always have to make sure that I'm going where I think I'm going. In fact, double check. Yes, I'm going where I think I'm going. Oof. Now, here's the stronghold from which I harvested the end portal frame, and I actually chose this one very specifically because in 1.8 full release, the Bountiful update, there's a ocean monument down there which intersects with the portal room in such a way to eat the silverfish spawner as well as half of the portal. So I figured that instead of going through the magic to make sure that the structure itself didn't spawn, that would be the one from which I harvested. Seemed right at the point in time, and it still seems right now. Ah, there we are. Now, the last of the strongholds in this world is way, way, way over there. In fact, it's unclear right now if that's a swamp or if that's a desert biome. However, in full release 1.4, the Pretty Scary update, that's a location where I can go get a quad witch hut. And then I do believe that in the Bountiful update, also a ocean monument spawns not too terribly far away from there. Now, I will visit the island just behind me again. What was that noise? Shippo? Oh, hello. You're the softest little cat. You're freaky. You make noises that scare the hell out of me. Ah, here we are where we were. Now, I do plan to actually go out this way, which is the reason why I bothered coming all the way back. And that's because this is technically the second place I went when it was time to go and gather my strength. I do believe that things should be fine. Here we are. Ah, right. I should be able to just follow the torches. Now, I have considered at times degenerating and regenerating that terrain out there so that it'll be proper jungle, but I've actually given it some thought, and due to the great amount of time that I've spent on this world so far without actually using any kind of editing to delete chunks or, damn, I haven't even fixed the one corrupted chunk. Now, where is that boat? I know there's a boat over here. Then it's out here by a little ways. It might be almost 900 blocks out. I'll start to recognize it when I see— ah, there it is. That's the place, at least on the surface, that I had used as an entrance. The true entrance would be, there? Ah, yes, we even see how so much of the island has been replaced by sand. A sure sign— uh-oh, get back here. A sure sign that I had figured out the sand generator thing by this point. And, by the sand generator thing, what I mean to say is I had originally seen somebody just clicking a lever a couple of times, and I just had to use my my musically tuned ears to go and tell the timings, and it sounded about like maybe 6 game ticks, 2 pistons. So I went ahead and had the retraction and extension of a piston covering for— oh yeah, covering for the thingy, the pulse generator. Huh. A sign that I probably hadn't made many in the way of silk touch things just yet. Or perhaps I was missing fortune. Oh yeah, that void fog is pretty good. But yeah, this was one of the really first big proper builds on the world. We've got a, let's see here, I want to say that zombies and skeletons, or maybe it's zombies and skeletons, either way. Let's go on in. Yeah, we've got this bit of water pulling them away from that, so that they don't get all goofed up on that. some interesting little back and forth bits, as well as some, diagonal bits. Oh, and here we're squeezing them up nice and tight. Oh, and, an elevator. And you can see that it's sucking them in at the foot level there. Go back down. I should have brought an ender pearl. That would have been an easier way out of this. Oh, that's the way out. One hit shot. Yep. Jesus, 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 Jesus. Yay! Got out alive. And then of course in here was just really the first of the stuff. Ah, yes, there it is. There's a button. There we are. And that's how a sand generator works. What have I got down here? Stuff. More stuff. Yes, I did a lot of farming. Ooh, clay! I need to bring that back with me. I've been short on it. Ah, and I did come back and drop some of these off. Ah, some of the goodies. Now, those should be forever burning furnaces. So yeah, I did come back here with a loot drop to go and drop off some tremendous wealth back here. Very, very nice. Good to know I didn't do exclusively just taking from this place. But yeah, this was basically my first little area. I would chop trees over there, I would make charcoal here, I would punch the zombies and the skeletons for the XP. And oh! And there's my enchanting table. Yep, that's about everything that there is down here, I do believe. That's like the old entrance that I bricked over when I finished adding the beautiful, beautiful facade inside of here. Ah, there we are, the way out. Huh. What's that? Oh, just a thing. Just a hole off into the caves. Yeah, I do forget what I've done pretty often, because it's been so very long. Yeah, I do believe that even this grass here, that I had originally spread it from up there, spiraling downwards into this area, crawling along over there, over into that area, just for the purpose of having the grass over there in that one spot where, you know, I stand and punch the mobs. So, oof. Very, very, very much work has gone into this world. I mean, some of it could have easily been solved just by having a silk touch pick, but I do believe that this is where I came to go and get my first silk touch pick before finally going out into the frozen north for my first few stacks of, ice. Ah, there we are, crafting table. I always try to place something that I'll recognize in the distance when I'm looking for landmarks. Now, I do believe that over in that generalized area, way over there, by maybe 100 blocks or so, is where I found my, my first cactus. Which, of course, it was just in a very, very small desert. I don't necessarily remember if there was anything even, anything spectacular about it. No true defining features, just a small desert. But yeah, it was from there that I stole my first cactus and brought that along with me over to the one base where I farmed a little bit of everything, and then off to the frozen north where I farmed a lot bit of everything. There we go, that portion of the trip isn't so long. Now, I cannot remember the point in time for this project. I want to say that it was one of my more recent projects, which means that it was in the past couple of years. But it's down here near the World Origin stronghold. Which of the two is it? Is it this one? It could be. Oof. Yes, it is. Now, give me about 5 minutes, everyone. I'm gonna go sit down because all of this running around has actually left me winded. I'll just sit right here, just right here for the moment. I'll be right back.